I've got 5 items in 5 categories that are so worth it this year because they are actually wearable. The first are designer bags. If you're into your bags, designer bags that are way under £2,000, because when you are going out, it's probably not very far, but also we're probably all dressing in a way that is dressed down at the moment. So for example, for me, the things I'm wearing, I still feel quite put together, but not really put together enough to wear a Lady Dior or something. So actually I'm really getting the most out of bags that in previous years I did use, but they were a bit too casual for me. Now they're perfect. Before I do bags, let's talk about clothing first. I would invite all of you, if you haven't already done it, can I suggest something that I did that I've been putting off for a while, but actually it ended up being quite fun, is I went through my wardrobe and I kind of took out all the stuff that I don't wear. So go through your wardrobe and do that. But here are some items. First of all, if you live in the Northern Hemisphere, we're still in winter, get yourself a really good quality wool coat. This is actually a coat that I bought for my birthday last year. It's from Alaia and it's wool. It's really heavy, but it's really flattering on. I love wearing this. And also another reason why I'm enjoying this is it's quite a dressy coat, but I wear it to go for a walk. Why not? I've also got a puffer jacket over here, which I bought in, I think, October. I bought it on the sale on Louisa Via Roma because, to be fair, a puffer coat, a long one, was one thing that I didn't have. And this I can just wear forever. So that's a good coat. The second thing is, if you're interested in jackets, there's a couple of ways you can go with this. So as we go into spring, if you're, let's say you're into your Balmain blazers, there is a way of wearing those blazers where you can dress it down. So I've worn it before. I really like wearing those with a white shirt that's slightly longer than the jacket. I actually tend to wear my husband David's white shirts. I quite like the way men's white shirts fit. I wear it with that over, I wear my jacket over the top of that, I wear blue jeans with it, and then I wear trainers or sneakers. And actually, those white sneakers I showed you earlier, they would go really well with it, but most of the time I wear Nikes, and I don't know what it is, versus those plain white ones. The Nike trainer, I know a lot of you are going to be saying it's Nike. I'm in the UK, it's a UK thing. Anyway, those trainers, because they're more sport, that is an instance where I find personally, for my personal style, if I'm going to be going for a walk through the woods or wherever it is that I'm going, I feel that I can wear that blazer. They're wool as well, so they're still quite warm, and it looks a bit more casual and dressed down. Some of you will be listening thinking, I've got 2 dogs and a child and I'm not going to wear that. Fine, I'm just talking about what I personally do. Another option is kind of a varsity style jacket. This is wool. This is boiling, actually. This is a really hot jacket. This is from Salaron. This, again, I bought this in 2015. So round here, this is leather. This is all wool. You don't have to spend money on these, though. I mean, okay, you might be able to get a version of it online that's not got the quality or that isn't wool, but the style of it on its own is fairly commonplace. And I also love wearing this over the top of a man's shirt. I like that look. So that's coats and jackets. Now for bags and how you can get the most out of them. For the last year, it's really odd. For the last year, I have actually been rotating my bags and using them a lot more often than I have in previous years. And it's so strange because in previous years, I would pack up a bag and I would end up using it for months on end. So it was typically the ultra matte black Lady Dior in the medium size, because that bag goes with every single outfit, and because I could never on a weekend be bothered to drag all of my junk out of it and migrate that to another bag. But since everything, I have been doing this a lot more because I'm actually just trying to enjoy my stuff a bit more, and I have been liking it. Bags that I've enjoyed using the most have been this bag. Actually, they've mainly been bags that are not as expensive as Chanel and Dior. It's probably because I am just going for walks into the supermarket and stuff, and so I don't want anything too over the top. And I'm just liking, I think because it's a more casual look I'm doing now as well, I prefer it. So this is one of my favourite bags at the moment. This is from YSL. It's the college bag, and it's got a thinner section there and a wider section. It also has got, it's another reason why I like it. It comes with a chain handle, and you can wear this crossbody or over one shoulder, or the way I tend to wear it is I just use the top handle on it. And this as well, I bought this last November I think, and I bought it with a 10% off coupon that I used at Farfetch. And actually there's one that they gave me a couple of weeks ago for a video that I did with them, and that coupon I think is still valid until the 16th of February 2021, and it works on this and Prada and stuff. So the other bags that I'm using are, and you maybe, I don't know, maybe you'd be surprised. Can you tell the bags I'm using are loads cheaper than the ridiculous prices of Dior and Chanel now? I actually think someone told me the Lady Dior has jumped up to 4,000, and another one of you told me that they're doing another price rise in February. So everyone, now might be the time for vintage. Anyway, I've actually got a bag organizer in this, which is keeping its shape. I think it's actually meant to be a lot more saggy than that, but this is just how I like it. And I'm using this because I can get so much in it, but I still feel kind of, you know, dressed up. I'm still enjoying my things. And also it's got this on the side. What I'm doing is, so I haven't got to open the whole bag every time, I'm just putting my cards in there. The second one that I've been using lots is this. This is a pebbled leather small bag from Senrev, and they gave this to me last, when? I don't know, September I think. And I've come to really use their bags a lot because the way they're styled, they're quite simple in a way that I quite like. There's nothing too fussy about them, but also they're really good quality. And because they don't cost an absolute fortune, you can use them and not worry too much, and they don't scuff and things like that. And one thing that I've done with mine is this silk scarf. This is actually from Dior, and I've put it around the handle. So if you're starting your collection and you've got a smaller budget, or actually it doesn't even matter what bag you've got, if you want to kind of give it a twist, then you can put one of these twilly scarves on it. And this was around about £150. And then for the final that I've been using loads, before we talk about shoes really briefly, is this, which is a vintage bag that I bought last summer. This is a bag that I really wanted when I was sort of about 16 or something like that. And it's the Fendi Spy bag, but it's in the smaller size, the kind of mini size. And it's not the version that's full leather all over. It's got the fabric Zucker print here. And I purchased this on Farfetch in June last year, and it was £750. £750 for a Fendi bag. I was really pleased about it, and you know, it hasn't surpassed expectation. I use it so much, and the fact that it's vintage, I feel, gives it a bit more character. I don't know what it is, but when you've got new bags, with me anyway, I never want to scuff them or damage them, whereas with this, somebody's already done it, and it actually is added to the character of it. Also, with the bags that I'm using that I think are worth it, they are bags that are way under £2,000. They are worth it for me because they are better in budget, but also they aren't as glamorous as the Chanels and the Diors. You know, when I am going out, it's not to anywhere particularly dressy. I still want to feel nice, I still want to feel dressed up, but I'm just not taking the bags out that are super expensive. The final category that I couldn't not mention, because it's one that I have really got into actually this year. In previous years, I used to live in high heels. I probably wore 100mm constantly. Whether I was at work, the only time I'd actually ever wear trainer really was when I was working out, but everything has changed. Because when I go out, as I say, I'm kind of running an errand or I'm going for a walk, I don't really want to be tottering in high heels when I have nowhere to go. So the things that I've been more enjoying are boots. These are my favourites. These are the kind of boots that you don't need to wear in. They're comfortable from the moment you get them. These have got pearls around the ankles. I also bought these on Farfetch last autumn, I think, with one of those 10%. And then heels and sneakers. If you're going to buy heels, it's up to you what you do. But I have noticed that the heels that I have worn this year, last year, have been really low heel. I would never have bought a low heel shoe before. Honestly, all of the shoes that I bought had really high heels. But because I've not been wearing them, when I do, my feet hurt a bit more. And they're just not comfortable. When I'm not going anywhere, they're not that comfortable. So these are actually not new at all, but these have got a 55mm heel. This is just something that's worked for me. I also have got another pair behind you. Don't go anywhere. This is another pair that I've got if you don't really like the block heel. These are, I think, an 85. I don't think you're going to be able to get these anymore because they're Charlotte Olympia, and I found out that Charlotte Olympia aren't going anymore, which is a shame because her shoes are really comfortable. So heels under 85, ideally for me around about 55, because then I can actually wear them. And then finally, sneakers. Typically I would wear like a trainer if I was going to work out. I wouldn't wear one necessarily because I always used to dress up a lot more. But I really think, just imagine with your nice coat, your bag, a pair of either ankle boots, you know, flat boots, or sneakers, just makes the whole thing look a lot more relaxed, but actually quite stylish in my opinion. Now I've actually pulled out these ones to show you for a similar reason to the boots. These are from Golden Goose. They're comfortable from the moment you put them on. You don't have to wear these in at all, which again, I don't have any time for that at the moment. I want to go straight out of the house wearing them. I don't want to have to wear them around the house in order for them to kind of supple up and be comfortable. These 5 things are so worth it because they are actually wearable right now, particularly if you're at a point where you're thinking, I want to start feeling good and I want to start dressing up a bit more, but because I don't really have anywhere to go, I don't want to go too crazy with it. And when I am going out, it's to run errands or to go for a walk. That's why these 5 things to me are so worth it. I am going to link to what I can find below. But as I say, I really don't think you need to go shopping for this. I would imagine that most of you have got things that tick these boxes. So it's really just about encouraging you, if you haven't already done so, to spend a bit of time going through your wardrobe, dig out those things that you've had for ages that actually you think, oh, that's quite nice, I'm going to start wearing that again.